Trying to navigate which social network you should be using for your business or where you should be spending your time can be very daunting and overwhelming. Like, which one are you supposed to choose? This video is going to help you decide. We're going to break down some very specific information about some of the top social networks on the internet right now for you to choose from. But ultimately, I want you to stay to the end because I'm going to share with you what my strategy is for you, what's going to be best for your business so that you can have success no matter where you spend time. Hi, my name is Desiree and I help you use video and online marketing to collect leads and convert them into dollars. Before you pick a social network, you need to know a couple of very basic things before you dive in. 5 things, pretty specifically. These 5 things are going to be: who's your audience? What do you do or sell for your business? What platform do you personally like and understand? And also, what are you willing to do on that platform? What are your competitors doing? And what goals do you have for your business from social media? So first and foremost, we talk about our audience. We have to make sure we understand who this perfect customer is that we're trying to attract. You probably already know who this is. For me, who I'm trying to attract to my business are going to be service-based businesses like insurance agencies, roofing companies, or even like digital print companies who are looking to figure out like how to add social media and online marketing into the fold. They're probably working a lot in their business and they don't get to work on their business a lot. They're looking for an organic strategy where they can share their information as well as connect with their audience through their experiences so they can convert those sales. That's my customer. That's who I want to help, that local service-based business. So who's yours? You want to know that because there's a lot of other pieces of information that are going to come with it. Like, where do they live? How old are they? What do they do? What's their income range? These are all things that it's important to understand because every platform tends to lean towards a specific demographic. What do you do is probably a very fundamental sort of thing for you to figure out. It is an important thing for you to know not only what you do, but what do you sell? Different platforms are going to be better for different kinds of businesses. Like if you're a physical product platform, one platform might be different than if you are doing something in the service-based business. Maybe you have a digital online product or you are a digital tool that people use on the computer. It's important to know what you do and what you sell because the platform will dictate what place is best for you. I think it's also important to think about like, where are we comfortable spending our time? Like, where are we good at? When I got into social media, like this is a long time ago, like we're talking 2003. My first social network was MySpace and it was a hard turn. People kept asking me and telling me, Des, you gotta get on this Facebook thing. It's totally the place to be. And I resisted it probably for like 4 years. But once I got on there and I realized that I could connect with so many people that I already knew, they were already there and it was this growing place for me to connect with my high school and my college peers, and then of course adding in family and more later my network of business professionals. It just became this place that made sense for me to spend time as a natural way to do this. So when I got onto Facebook in 2006, I really started investing my time in 2007. To this day, I still default a lot to Facebook for a lot of my activity. It's where I have the broadest network of people and it's a platform that I have grown with, so I'm very familiar with all of the things that go into it. You might already have a social network that you like to spend time on, so why not just continue to be there and get really good at that platform and attract your audience based on what they are doing and how they are using that same platform. Now, we wouldn't be business owners if we didn't always have our eye on like what other businesses are doing. I always like to see how are my competitors spending their time on social network. One of my favorite people in the world is a guy named Austin who runs a company called Social Chief Pro, and they do a ton of TikTok specific marketing. I keep an eye on him and what he is doing because he's this incredible thought leader in the service industry, leading the way in TikTok. I love studying the TikToks that his customers are doing and what he's doing to attract new businesses and all these other multiple streams of income. I love being able to track competitors. I don't think anyone's a competitor. I think that they're people that can either support our business or that we can learn from. But it's important for you to know what are your competitors doing so that you can track where they're spending time and how they're using different platforms. It's also something to kind of consider too. If they're not doing something, this is an open opportunity for you to do something on those platforms as well. Better to be first and really take the time to get to know that platform and use it really well before they get on there and then they become the thought leader in that space. And anything in marketing is going to require to have some specific goals. Yes, we're going to have some sales metrics that we want to attach to this. We also know like what's our reach going to be? What's our influence going to be? How are we doing with our retargeting and our remarketing from a digital advertising sort of perspective? You really want to spend the time figuring out what the goals are going to be for the platforms so that you can have success and have something to measure what you're doing so you know if it's worth your time or if you need to pivot and do something different. Before we dive into platforms, I think it's important to note that you also want to make sure you have the right tool in place to help you maximize the reach and creativity of which you can do on these platforms. I personally love using Adobe Express for this. Adobe Express gives me access to all that like Adobe as a whole has to offer, including over 1 million stock photos and videos to choose from, and over tens of thousands of fonts that I can use as well. I can create so many different profiles and save templates so I can keep reusing them as well. And they're also always updating and uploading new templates for video and still images that we can keep using. So you can check out Adobe Express for free down in the comments down below with my link, and it's gonna help you really not only create content, but also schedule and manage it as well. So go check it out. Now let's talk about those platforms, okay? So first and foremost, we're gonna talk about Instagram. I think Instagram is a really good catch-all and the most visually appealing place for us to spend our time. From a data perspective, it's actually the #1 platform for business, not only because it's a great place with multiple varieties of kinds of visual content that you can create, images, carousels, videos, live stories, even shopping posts, but you have all these other features and things that you can use from a business perspective, including like what I just said with the shopping. You can set up an Instagram shop for your physical and digital products and sell them through the app or redirect them to the place online where they can then buy. Instagram also has one of the most diverse audiences. You can find a following and a community for your business anywhere on Instagram, no matter what the demographic may be, whether you have a specific race or city or industry or lifestyle or hashtag or thing that you're following, whatever it is you're looking to connect with and build community around, you can find it on Instagram. And with their leading demographic being under the 40-year-old age, you have a really big variety of people to choose from for what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to share, what you're trying to sell, and so much more. What's also nice to Instagram is you can add an advertising component to it because they have so much data. Because Instagram is owned by Meta, you're gonna be able to have so much information to target your ads for your content and also for brand collaboration content you do with other creators. Now we won't be talking about social media if we didn't dive into Facebook. Facebook has arguably the largest audience across the world with over 2 billion people using the platform. It's arguably also has the most diverse range of people that are using it, from old people to young people. Like in my house, I'm 38 years old. I actually have my kids who use it for Messenger. They can communicate with their friends not only in school, but across the globe because of all the travels that we've done. So there's a wide range of people that are using this tool to connect. There's also a ton of different features within Facebook that allow for you to have like really niche opportunities. Not only can you have a company business page, but you can also build out a Facebook group. You can do tons with Facebook Marketplace. You can do a ton with Facebook ads. You can do a ton with your individual profile, whether it's a friend account or a professional profile. There's just a lot of ways that you can network, connect, grow, and share information on the platform. And of all of the social networks, it has the widest variety of kinds of content that you can create. In addition to all that Instagram can do, you can also do notes and share links, and you can also do just plain old text posts into the platform. Now, TikTok is no longer the new kid on the block. While they are still one of the newer platforms, and they have definitely made a big dent in changing how we consume content online, they still are a great place for you to create entertaining videos that are gonna allow for you to connect with your audience in a totally new way. That under 35 demographic is definitely where TikTok lives and finds most of their success. In fact, I think it's something like 48% of Americans under 35 have a TikTok account. So if you're looking to really tap into a younger audience and you're willing to put the effort into creating fun, entertaining, storytelling type of content, you're gonna be able to create really lasting bonds with these customers. The best kind of content that you can create on TikTok is gonna be stories, skits, and educating your audience about what you have going on. What's really cool also as a business is that you have a lot of different like shopping opportunities available with TikTok. TikTok Shop has like 4 different ways that you can make money. You can make money through their affiliate program, you can make money through live shopping, make money through commissions, and you can make money through physical products. There are so many different ways within TikTok for not only you to make money as the business owner, but you can tap into a massive network of other creators who want to talk about your product and share your product, and you can give them a commission or a kickback or whatever in return for their creative juice. What I love about TikTok is even as a business owner, you don't necessarily have to create everything. Like you can rely on this existing network of creators to create content about your brand and your product so that you don't have to do it all the time, and it allows for more diversity and more realistic connecting with the community. Now, people dog on LinkedIn a lot, and I think it's because people use those DMs really inappropriately and just do too much selling. Like, honestly, guys, stay out of the DMs and stop selling to me. Let's build a relationship. Let's connect. Let's do a little like 15-minute coffee date online. Do not want you selling to me because I don't tend to actually need your products or services. I probably don't know anybody that does either. So let's be people first and sell later. Okay, that PSA is done. But it's a great place to build a personal, professional network. When I am on my LinkedIn, I am like sharing information. I'm connecting with people. I can find almost anyone I am trying to connect with on LinkedIn. And usually, the more specific you are, the better it's going to be to connect them more likely, because usually their reach and like who they're connecting with isn't as vast. And they get those email notifications from LinkedIn that says, hey, so-and-so wants to connect with you. So you just have this better way to connect connect with people individually one-to-one from a professional place with LinkedIn. You can also position yourself as a subject matter expert in a really real way on LinkedIn. I very much position myself as this like video content creator on LinkedIn, and I'm really building my network in that kind of space. And so you're able to curate the conversation and share professional information. This is not the place for you to like talk about your kids and your dog and your vacations and all that, unless of course you tie it back into business. So keep it professional, but keep it individually as a business. Yes, you can have a company page and it requires a very specific strategy to be successful on LinkedIn from a company page perspective, but really if you focus on that personal space, you'll be able to have really wonderful reach. Now I did mention Twitter in the thumbnail and title of this video, and Twitter is now called X. To be honest, I would not spend time here. Like, it's not relevant unless you are kind of skewing more towards a male audience or a male user and you are really into the news and topical sort of information sort of space. We see people talking about Twitter all the time from like a reactionary perspective. Literally all the times I see anyone talking about things that are said on Twitter is on all of the other platforms. If you are looking to build out your personal brand or have another place to share your content, maybe you just want to experiment with something different, Twitter is definitely a place for you to figure it out. Now, I did promise you at the beginning of the video, like my strategy would be around this, and here's my advice to you. I think that when you're creating a content, you need to pick one platform to be the master of. And on that one platform, that's where you should be an extension of whatever you are doing elsewhere online. So when I talk about your online strategy, which you can watch a video I've created about that in the cards, I really think you should have a YouTube first strategy where you then use that to create SEO and evergreen content that lasts for a long time. And then your second platform should be where you want to spend your time deepening your relationships and deepening your expertise. For me, that is Facebook. I deepen my expertise in what I'm talking about as a professional and throw in some personal information in there as well, since that's what I've been doing on the platform since the beginning. So I'm able to be this personal, professional person on the secondary platform. And of course, I can share information and things about my business there as well. You can do that on any platform that you want to be. My dear friend Jessica Stansbury has built a wonderful secondary audience on Instagram. She does a ton of content creation on YouTube, and then she takes it over into her Instagram stories, and she just shares her life, her day, her information, and connects with people in that way. She talks a ton about business and helping people grow with what her main brand is about, but she also, it's where you can learn a lot about her personal life and her crazy life as a mom of teenagers and living in a small town in South Carolina and all this kind of stuff. So it's a really great thing for you to figure out. If you want to be everywhere, your best option is to create content really smartly and strategically so that you're able to repurpose your content in a smart way. It's a lot of work to create individual profiles and personas on different platforms. It's something I'm actually working on, and I'm happy to talk about that journey in a future video, but it's really one of those things that you just have to dive into and spend time in. And we're really here to create smart, and so focus on one platform. My recommendation is always gonna be YouTube to be your pillar content that you always use, and use one of these platforms as a secondary one to reinforce all of your different parts of your business and things that are happening right now and that are topical in your business. Now, when we're talking about taking one long form piece of content and turning into lots of content, I have a very easy way for you to do that. You can watch this video I have for you right here for that.